Have you ever wondered what could possibly happen when you're not home? The thought of it is chilling, isn't it? Well, home security cameras are designed for that very reason, to keep an eye on our homes when we cannot. However, the footage these cameras can capture is nothing short of spine-tingling. Welcome to another video of Just Scary. In this video, we've compiled 10 of the most disturbing moments ever caught on home security cameras. Sit back and get ready for a nail-biting experience. Number 1. On a November 2019 autumn evening, a woman's cries for help startled the residents of a Los Angeles neighborhood. One homeowner's doorbell camera began recording the incident, and the video was later played again. The sound of a lady crying out and screaming can be heard in the video. Not only that, but you can also hear a man's voice saying something that sounds like, "I'm sorry." This is really unsettling. Then, in front of the homeowner's porch and away from the incident, a white car accelerates down the street. An immediate examination by the police department revealed that it was an act of kidnapping. A few days later, ABC News also reported that police did at least say that the incident did not appear to be a hoax. Number 2. The police department investigated it right away and found that it was a kidnapping. A few days later, ABC News also claimed that authorities had at least stated that it did not seem likely that the incident was a fake. After asking, "Does Matt live here?" and getting no response, he then apologizes and says, "Okay, sorry about that." He joins the driver in the car and the three of them take off. The individual who uploaded the video thinks the man fabricated the chat to get away from whatever it was that he was being forced into doing. Number 3. In 2017, Richard saw something quite strange prowling around his garden. As the creature tentatively advances, Johnny phones his friend Mike for assistance. Richard notes that this is the creature's second appearance and that it appears to be some sort of horrible humanoid demon. Why Richard hasn't called the police is a good question Mike raises. Since the creature seems supernatural, Richard explains that it's probably not a police concern. Richard asks Mike to start praying, and the creature appears to be aware of the situation. The thing then vanishes into the night as Mike is cut off as he continues to speak in tongues. Is this a Bigfoot, skunk ape, alien, unidentified creature, or just a person in a costume? Subscribe to our channel for further updates if you'd want to learn more about it. Number 4. Some things are impossible to predict. A family in Salinas, California recorded a video of an unidentified man leaning over to the doorbell on the wall next to their front door and starting to lick it in 2019. This is weird, and that is understating it. It's even more bizarre that the man continued to do this for longer than a few seconds or even a minute. No, for 3 hours non-stop, this guy licked the family's doorbell. The video was so clear that police were able to accurately identify the man later. Number 5. A man started to realize that things in his home weren't in their proper places, and food started to disappear. He was worried that he had rodents or that a raccoon was breaking into his home. He purchased home security cameras with that premise in mind. He really caught a person instead of a raccoon. He saw a woman making her way to his fridge while crawling out of one of his vents in the middle of the night. To reach the vent again, she climbed onto high worktops using kitchen chairs, and throughout the entire operation she was surprisingly silent. But it wasn't quiet enough because the man woke up. He walked to his fridge to obtain a midnight snack without realizing a stranger had just entered the kitchen, showing that he didn't seem to understand what had woken him up. He reported it to the police after watching the film, and the woman was taken out of his house. Number 6. A man was moving down a hallway when all of a sudden an invisible force halted him. The man appeared to have been pushed and made an effort to ignore it. Then he notices a dark person standing in front of him, and he panics, very understandably. Number 7. A parent's worst nightmare is that something bad happens to their children, especially if the child is a newborn. As a result, parents frequently install cameras in their child's room. This baby monitor detected a rather unsettling signal. A man broke into the suburban home and started searching for valuables to steal. He entered the nursery and moved towards the cot. He woke the infant by shining the light into the cot. Fortunately, the infant was unharmed and the man only took a small amount. The man left everything intact but managed to escape with a laptop. Since the window on the first floor wasn't locked, the man entered through it. He appeared to be aware that he was being recorded as he kept turning to stare at the security cameras throughout his search. It's surprising that the man hasn't been found, probably because he didn't damage the family and only took a small amount of property. Number 8. A family in New Jersey started their day off normally. The wife was at home with their child when the man left for work. In front of a nanny cam they had set up to watch over their toddler, they both sat down to watch TV. A man entered the residence illegally and approached the woman. She was viciously punched by him as soon as he started to abuse her. In a hurry, he went upstairs. When the woman regained consciousness, she attempted to fight the man because she thought he was taking her baby, but he kicked her to the ground. After that, the man scooped her up and hurled her down the steps to the basement. Fortunately, she lived and gathered the courage to console her 2 kids. Number 9. A doorbell camera in 2018 captured this footage of a man acting rather strangely. This man shows up at the door at some point throughout the night, babbling to himself, and looks right into the doorbell as if he is oblivious that it has a camera. He spends a significant amount of time pacing, banging on the window, and approaching the doorbell quite closely. When one of the residents informs him that she is calling the police, he even makes an attempt to open the window. He then informs her that Fido, his dog, is missing. To me, it appears that either he is under the effect of some form of narcotic or is going through some sort of mental episode. In any event, it's incredibly uncomfortable to have a surprise visitor knock on your door late at night acting this way. Number 10. It is dreadful for a child when their parents leave them, but we witness this on a daily basis. A similar incident happened in Houston, Texas in October 2018. A woman called the police as soon as she saw an abandoned toddler on her front porch. The youngster was just 2 years old. The police arrived at the location to conduct an investigation and looked over her video doorbell recording. They could see in the footage that the unnamed woman was literally dragging the young boy onto the porch by his arm. The woman then abandons the tiny child and flees. The residents and the public were shocked, and the boy's father called the police after the video went viral. Well, it's time to say goodbye. Share your disturbing experiences in the comment box and subscribe to our channel for more nail-biting videos.